The United States has the firepower. The president, of course, has the authority. Iran sitting in Washington's crosshairs. So far, the order to strike from the U.S. has not come, even as the U.S. president has surrounded Iran with American warships, air defenses and troops. The military posturing alone, signaling readiness for war. But behind the scenes, there's a lot happening. America's Arab allies are pushing back, warning that an attack on Iran would trigger missile retaliation capable of shaking the entire region. Now, this is not just about diplomacy, it's about fear of Iranian missiles targeting US bases in West Asia, fear of Arab nations getting caught in the conflict, fear of a regional war that spirals out of control. So the question right now is, the way things stand, is Donald Trump holding back and why? Now, is this Iran's deterrence, or is it about the non-cooperation from Arab allies who refuse to host another American war? According to a Washington Post report, Persian Gulf states have cautioned U.S. officials that Iran's missile program remains fully capable of inflicting serious damage on American interests across West Asia. And these warnings, by the way, appear to be shaping Washington's military calculations. So that's significant. And the Trump administration, remember, initially floated the idea of military action as massive protests erupted inside Iran against its ruling system and the supreme leader. But the White House has since shifted gears, it seems, pushing Tehran back towards nuclear negotiations instead of open conflict. Washington continues to demand that Iran halt its nuclear program, restrict missile development and end support for allied armed groups in the region. And Tehran appears to be on the same page regarding discussions on its nuclear program. According to Iran's news agency, the Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian has ordered the start of nuclear talks with the United States. The move comes after Trump said he hoped diplomacy could avert military action, and Iran's foreign ministry says discussions are under review. Listen to this.
Various points have been exchanged. At this stage, we are reviewing and deciding on the details of any diplomatic process, which we hope will reach a conclusion in the coming days.
Iran says it expected a framework for negotiations with the United States would be ready in the coming days. But this diplomacy is unfolding under the shadow of missiles. After a U.S. strike on Iran's nuclear program in June last year, Tehran retaliated with a symbolic missile barrage on the Al Udeid air base in Qatar. And that attack caused no casualties. But Iran has warned to U.S. allies in the region that future strikes would be neither symbolic nor restrained. And with Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei yesterday warning that any U.S. strikes on Iran would lead to regional war, to which this is what Donald Trump had to say.
Sir, on Iran, the supreme leader today said that U.S. attack could spark a regional war. Give your response to that, sir?
Why wouldn't he say that? Of course you're going to say that. But we have the biggest, most powerful ships in the world over there, very close, a couple of days, and hopefully we'll make a deal. If we don't make a deal, then we'll find out whether or not he was right.
The thing is, Iran possesses a large, short and medium-range missile arsenal. Missiles can strike targets up to 700 kilometers away, putting U.S. bases across Iraq, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar and the UAE within reach. While the Shahab-3 ballistic missile extends that range to nearly 2,000 kilometers. Now, according to the Wall Street Journal report, Iran retains mobile launchers, stockpiles, missile production capacity, including more than a dozen military bases and tens of thousands of troops. According to experts, Iran has more missiles than Gulf Cooperation Council members have air defense missiles. That's significant. And this threat is serious enough that key Arab allies are stepping back. Saudi Arabia, the UAE have told Washington that US forces will not use their territory or airspace for operations against Iran. Just a short while back, Jordan's top diplomat assured his Iranian counterpart that the kingdom would not allow its territory or airspace to be used to launch attacks against Tehran. The Pentagon is now reinforcing defenses, rushing additional THAAD and Patriot systems to protect 30 to 40,000 American troops stationed in West Asia, alongside naval destroyers already deployed. According to reports, despite incurring damages in that 12-day war, Iran's shorter-range and anti-ship arsenals remain largely intact. And that brings us back to the central question: what is really stopping Trump, if at all? Is it about Iranian deterrence? Is it Iranian missiles, their range? Or is it resistance from the Arab allies?